So 75 hard. This is something now we've both done. You got me to do. You've been a big influence on me. I know you're finishing it for a third time, which is crazy. I just completed my first time, but and before I ask you about it, just real quick, we're gonna tell people what this is. So 75 hard. It's not a fitness challenge, even though there's a lot of fitness in it. It's more of a mental challenge. And for 75 days straight, you have to pick a diet. It could be any diet as long as you stick to it. No alcohol, no cheat days on either of these things. You have to do 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes each. Can't be back to back, and one of them has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water a day, and you have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book, so kind of like a self-help book. I hope I didn't miss anything there, Ken. But
You got it all.
so tell us, man, doing your third round, like just what drives you to do this 75 hard, and what do you really get out of it?
So the reason I did it most recent was because the thing I've realized about it's a really good reset, both mentally and physically. And what's interesting is I wasn't really in bad shape. I'd still been doing a lot of things I'd always done on 75 hard. I probably was a little bit looser with my diet. I was definitely looser with alcohol that I was drinking prior to it. And so it just afforded me the opportunity to kind of put myself through a rigorous routine, which I've realized just helps me reset mentally. And I just think I needed it. Like I just needed something to reset me. Now, what I realized this most recent time was that I didn't do previous times is there was a few things I did diet-wise that I was more vigilant than I was previously. And then even with the exercise, I think I was more, I would say maybe a bit more advanced in what I was doing exercise-wise this time than I did previously. It was almost like I just got through stuff last time. And this time I kind of was like pushing myself harder in some of these exercises. And what I found was I saw like different improvements or gains that I didn't see previously from doing it. And so what it does is it reminds you that no matter where you're at, no matter what your age is, you can actually make it like there's more there, right? Like there's more there where you can level up if you want to try and level up. And it also reminds you that you can reset at any point in time. Right? Like no matter what's going on, it's just kind of like push the reset button. And sometimes the harder, the better. You know, like pick, first of all, there's no good time to do it, right? Like,
Yep.
I don't care if you think you're going to try and do it at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year, like never a good time to do it. But you prove to yourself a lot when you do it, right? Like, what did you find when you went in and did it?
Yeah, man. No, I mean, first of all, I got to commend you again for doing it 3 straight times. But yeah, I mean, first off, you do learn a lot about yourself. But I think one of the things, like I kind of went in, and I think I got this from Nick Saban, but it's like, what does it take to actually break you? Right? You really don't know how far you can push yourself, right? A lot of us don't. The first thing when someone hears about 75 hard, your first reaction is, oh, I could never do that.
Right.
Or someone be like, I could never do that, right? But it's, the people that make probably the best car engines or impact windows, they've probably tested them to their breaking point.
Yes.
So for me, it was just more like, yeah, I don't know how far I could push myself. So for me, it was just curiosity. But I'm like you. I did need a reset. I did do it at the beginning of the year when you come off the holidays and all the stuff you drink and eat. I was just like, I'm done with it. And I wanted to do something more than dry January. But honestly, I wanted to really challenge myself. I really wanted to see I set this goal and be disciplined because that's what it takes. I mean, when you're doing 75 hard, forget motivation. You'll be motivated for the first couple weeks, right? You're cruising through the first couple. You're like, this is awesome. Then you're going to hit some days where motivation is long gone and discipline has to take over. So yeah, man, I just learned a lot about myself. I mean, from just diet and the mental, I think, strength that it takes to get through those hard days and push through the workouts. And yeah, there was a sense of pride when you come out of the other side of it, right? There was something that you knew you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. Like, oh wow, I
can do hard things, right? I can do hard things.
I can do hard things. Yes.
Yeah.
And your body rewards you too, right? Your body will reward you with better sleep and you have more energy. And so, yeah, that was the byproduct of doing it, right? There was some benefits physically and mentally from it.
The other thing too is you realize what you're putting in your body. Like your body starts reacting in a very efficient way when you're limiting what you're putting into it. And then you start to realize, wow, like I didn't understand what I'm putting into my body, like how important that is. And look, I don't ever, I'm not one of these people is like on a stump for telling people to go do it. It's like, hey, if
Right.
you want to do it, right?
Yeah.
But if you ever want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. But that was one thing where, yeah, if you really want to understand the food, the alcohol, like, you name it, all that stuff you're putting in your body. You want to know what it does to your body? Try restricting it, and you're going to see the differences of like, wow, this is what it really does. This is what it really does to your body. And then you'll be able to decide, do I want to keep putting that into my body or do I not? Right. So
Yeah, and I think the other last thing I was going to say about it, it's like, people are at why 75 days, right? Some people have this thing, well,
it's a
30
good
days.
question. Why 75, right?
Yeah,
Why not a dry January or something like that? All right. Or 30 days.
absolutely. But I think we both can attest to it's very interesting because the cravings, like there's some things like, alcohol, sweets, whatever you eliminated from your diet, you still crave some of that stuff. At least I did 30 days in, 45 days in. But it's very interesting, man, when you get to like day 60 and you start to get into the early 70s, you realize like those cravings go away.
Yeah.
So now you've really developed a habit. And I think I can't speak for most people. I can't even speak for you, but when you go that long, you almost don't want to go back to your normal routine because you've created a habit and you've been disciplined for this long, right?
Yeah. It was interesting. Someone said to me the other day, they go, so I know you just did the 75 hard and you like kind of take care of yourself. Like, do you just not like when you see a cookie, do you just not want to eat the cookie? Like, I don't understand. Is that what it is? And I had to stop and think about it. And I'm like, well, no, of course I want to eat the cookie. Like, who doesn't want to eat a cookie? What I know though, by refusing to eat it is I'm in control and I don't have to feel like I'm a slave to that. And I can decide whether I want to or not. And that feels better than actually eating the cookie. Right. Like,
Yes.
but you have to get to that point to then understand that. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to push yourself to that point to where you can see the other side of it, because just on the outside, yeah, that seems like crazy talk, like I just said, because cookies taste really good.
It's funny you said, well, it's all that like sometimes delayed gratification. You want to even prove to yourself that I don't have to indulge just because there's
I
cookies in
don't
the
have
cake.
to.
Yeah, I don't have to. And then when you're doing your 5:30 in the morning workout, or you'll sit back and remember and be like, see, you didn't take the bait there. And
Yeah.
you feel good about it. But it's funny you say that real quick because my weakness is pizza. And I did no bread, right? So just recently, my wife ordered pizza for the kids, and I was in the kitchen, and I left the kitchen. I had to leave. And she's like, you don't want pizza? She's like, you're off your 75 hard. I'm like, no, I do want pizza. And I know I'm not doing 75 hard anymore. But I just want to resist it. So I said, do me a favor. When they're done eating it, can you put it away? She goes, you're not going to come out to the kitchen. I go, I'm not going to come out till you put it away. Out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, I felt good about not indulging. Not that I won't eat a slice of pizza, but
Yeah.
it was my weakness. And now I'm just trying to avoid, bread as much as I can.
Percent. I love
Hey,
it.
anyway, man, good stuff. We are not 75 hard, fanatics here or anything, but it is a pretty cool challenge. I think anybody that sets their mind to a mental and physical challenge and accomplishes it, it's something to be proud of, and
Yeah.
you
Get
learn a lot.
uncomfortable. It's okay.
Yeah,
I'll get
get
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. All right, Ken, good stuff, man.